This is a review of the astrological concept of sect. Now, sect is a concept from Hellenistic astrology. It is being revisited in modern times because of a growing number of translations of ancient texts and the discovery that it's quite useful. It divides the chart and the planets into two groups, daytime diurnal and nighttime nocturnal. To determine if the chart is a diurnal or nocturnal chart, look at the sun. Is it above the horizon, the ascendant-descendant axis, or below? The planets are also divided into diurnal and nocturnal. The sun is accompanied with Jupiter and Saturn as diurnal planets, and if the sun is above the horizon, it will emphasize them. The nocturnal planets are Moon, Venus, and Mars, and so if it's a nighttime chart, the sun below the horizon, those are the planets that are emphasized. The diurnal planets then are the Sun, Jupiter, Saturn. The nocturnal planets, Moon, Venus, and Mars. Now Mercury is neutral. You might have been puzzled why Mars and Saturn are placed in a sect opposite their intrinsic nature. This is related to the idea of balance, based on the belief that this placement will mitigate these planets' natural tendencies, and so modify and moderate their effect. So hot Mars is cooled by being in a nocturnal sect, and cold Saturn is warmed by being in a diurnal sect. Mercury is considered neutral, but Mercury allies himself with the diurnal sect when he is the morning star, in other words, rises before the sun, and with the nocturnal sect when he is the evening star, in other words, sets after the sun. Sect is useful because it can help you identify which planets are more powerful. When the sect of a planet matches the sect of the chart, it does have more power. And when the sect of the planet does not, it can become much more problematic. It's like if you were a Republican in a Democratic Congress or a Republican in a Republican Congress. If you're in the Republican Congress, you're going to have more power. So the relative helpfulness of any planet is also affected by whether it is in a compatible hemisphere. So diurnal planets will do best above the horizon in a diurnal or daytime chart, and below the horizon in a nighttime chart. Nocturnal planets will do best above the horizon in the nocturnal chart, or below the horizon in a diurnal daytime chart. And the other consideration is whether the planet is in a compatible sign. So diurnal planets are strengthened in the masculine signs, and nocturnal planets are strengthened in feminine signs. So sect is helpful in determining those planets that will be useful, acting as a positive influence, a source of strength in the chart, and what planets will tend to be a challenge, marking areas of difficulty and hardship.